In today's episode, we'll show you how to properly build a C-curve and explain where it should sit on the nail.
Hi, my name is Connie, and this is a channel dedicated to the art of nail styling. Today, we will answer a question frequently asked by beginner nail stylists, and that is how to build a C-curve of the nail and how not to do it. Let's dive right in.
The products and tools we'll use today are acid-free primer, perfect base, easy shape light rose, cover pink, and wet look. Additionally, we'll need cuticle number 9 bit, a 100 to 180 grit file, a 180 to 220 grit buffer, purple cleaner, purple forms, sheer shine cleaner, and the cupcake brush.
Beginner nail stylists often ask what a C-curve is, and if they already know what it is, the main curvature of the nail, they start wondering what it is for and where it should start and end. So the C-curve is the top arch of the nail. If we look at the nail from the side, it starts at the cuticles, goes through the apex and ends at the free edge. It's the strategic placement of product to create a solid construction of a nail, thanks to which the nail is more durable, survives cracks, bumps, and other situations. Simply put, it is the proper structure of a well-built nail.
As always, before we start to work, we disinfect our hands, put on disposable gloves, and disinfect our clients' hands. We use the 180 side of a 100 to 180 grit file to shorten the free edge of the natural nail and buff its surface, using gentle downwards motions. We hold the file as if it was about to slip out of our hand to avoid using any force while buffing. We push the cuticles back with the cuticle number 9 bit at a speed of between 15 to 18,000 RPM. We grab our client's finger from above and gently push back the side wall. We try to push the cuticles back and remove the excess in one motion. We work from right to left without pushing the e-file into the nail plate. We clean the nail dust off with the cupcake brush, then carefully dehydrate the natural nail plate with a pad soaked in purple cleaner.
Purple cleaner is a must-have in every salon. I know I repeated this phrase countless times, but it's not a cliche. It's the gospel of truth of manicure. The purple cleaner contains butyl acetate, which dehydrates the nail plate, taking all the moisture out. Before you apply any curable product, you have to dehydrate the nail plate using something like purple cleaner. That is, rub a pad soaked in the product along the entire surface of the nail, removing dust, any impurities, and moisture. We do this so that any layers we then apply and cure stick beautifully to our nail plate. What's the result? The product won't lift or gain any air pockets. We can be sure that the nails will have no air pockets, provided, of course, that we haven't made any mistakes during styling. Even if we dehydrate with 2 liters of purple cleaner, but then flood the cuticles, well, that clearly won't work. However, if you use manicure techniques the way they should be done and you use the purple cleaner, you can be sure you won't end up with any air pockets.
Time to prepare the form. We cut through the upper perforation and peel away the egg.
Not peeling the form away from the backing paper yet allows you to try it on the nail without it sticking to your gloves.
We try the form on and decide which areas to trim so that the form fits to the nail plate well. We use a smooth motion to cut the proper shape out, peel the form off of the backing, and apply it to the nail. We pinch the first set of wings and do the side cuts to free the fingertip. We'll sculpt an almond shape up to line number 3 on the form, so we close it 3 points further at line number 6. We apply the acid-free primer to the natural plate, painting along the plate as if we were using a regular nail polish. We apply a small amount of the perfect base using the gel brush number 6. We rub it in so that the buff texture remains visible.
If you want to avoid air pockets, you shouldn't put too much base coat on the nail.
If too much base coat was applied, we take off the excess from the brush using a clean pad and use the dry brush to take off any excess from the nail. We cure in the lamp for 60 seconds. We pick up a small amount of the easy shape light rose on the brush and apply it to the natural plate. We pick up a larger ball of product and place it on the form. We spread the mass from one side to the other, sculpt the side edges, and create the almond-shaped frame. We cure in the lamp for 60 seconds.
If you have no idea which gel will be easier for you to work with, whether a jelly or a self-leveling one, we have a solution. You can buy 5 milliliter jars of both products and test them at home. This is evidently us going out to meet our customers' needs. We want you to be able to try and decide for yourself. Watching videos and seeing others work is one thing, but having the product on your own brush, trying to make friends with it is a whole other story.
Time to remove the form. We apply pressure on both sides with our fingers, pinch the form under the nail, unstick it from the finger and press it downwards to remove completely. Look now at an incorrect technique. It's a mistake to apply more product to the structure of the nail without creating a slip layer first, to drag the gel through the center of the nail and in a chaotic manner. We can't work with this gel as if it was a self-leveling product using top-to-bottom motions and pushing it to the sides. Such an approach won't allow you to create a proper C-curve. To even out the holes we push the product back towards the cuticles. We do it very slowly to avoid pushing any air bubbles inside. We spread the mass by the cuticles, trying to do it very carefully, almost in the air. Without pushing the brush into the gel, we shape the apex with gentle motions from top to bottom and left to right. If we run out of product, we pick up another ball and spread it towards the free edge. We work on the surface of the mass, evenly spreading it along the nail. To sculpt the C-curve, we use the tip of the brush to pull tiny streaks of the product and use them to create the curve from top to bottom and from one side to the other.
When working with a jelly-type gel product, there will always be some uneven areas after curing, and these need to be removed with a file. If this type of product is not your cup of tea, we'll also show you how to work with a self-leveling one.
We spread a small amount of the cover pink gel across the whole nail to create a slip layer. Then we pick up a larger ball of product and place it only in the center, 1/3 down the natural nail plate's length. We create the apex and push the gel up towards the cuticles. We pick up more product and try to sculpt the C-curve by the time the product is entirely spread out on the nail. Using the Master Nail Art 006 brush, we push the gel towards the side walls. We can also flip the hand upside down to allow the product to level itself out. Then we cure in the lamp for 60 seconds.
Self-leveling gels require a different technique than the jellies, which is logical, since the self-leveling product will be a lot more mobile and runny. Jelly products have a much more tightly structured texture, allowing you to push it where you want it to go, whereas self-leveling gels float around. Your task is to place it in the center of the nail and use a brush to gently nudge it in the right directions so that it reaches all the areas of the plate. Jelly products require something completely the opposite. That's why if you pick up the jelly technique and try to make use of it with a self-leveling gel, you'll end up flooding the cuticle for sure. You should always pick the product mindfully and adjust your technique to its parameters. It's as if you were trying to eat soup with a fork or cut bread with a spoon. Who's to blame, the fork or the bread? Neither. You just need to know how to approach each task effectively so you get to fill your tummy or create a great manicure.
We wipe the sticky layer off with a pad soaked in wipe-off cleaner. Using the 100 to 180 grip file, we sculpt a proper shape and even out the free edge. We work on the product around the cuticles from one side to the other. Then we sculpt the C-curve from the cuticles to the free edge. We work on the side walls, moving the file in upwards motions or up and down. We monitor if the surface is even, looking straight down the barrel of the nail. We work on the right side, grabbing the client's fingers from above, and just like before, we even out the side walls. We hold the file straight to sculpt the side edges and lift them to create a gentle arch. We use the same method to finish off the opposite edge. The sides of the tunnel should be at the same level. Then, to finish off, we even out the hairline. We use a 180 to 220 buffer to even out the surface of the nail and dust it off with the cupcake brush. We push the cuticles back with a cuticle pusher and apply wet look. We spread the product carefully all the way up to the cuticles, making sure we don't flood them. We then apply a bit more of top coat and spread it around the whole nail to achieve a perfect light line. Then cure in the lamp for 60 seconds. We wait a minute for the top coat to reach room temperature, then wipe the nail with the Super Shine Cleaner. We remove the sticky layer with one side of the wipe, then clean the nail with the other side to avoid transferring the sticky layer onto the skin. We do an additional round of buffing using a dry pad until we hear a distinctive squeak. That's what our model's hands look like with a perfectly sculpted C-curve.
And there it is, the end of our episode. Do let us know in the comments below if you've ever eaten soup with a fork and if you prefer to work with jelly or self-leveling gels. Thanks for being with us. See you, bye.